I think we're live. Yep, we're live. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to another Webflow workshop. I am your host Nelson. Thank you for joining me this week. This week we're going to be let me mute that. There we go. This week we'll be rebuilding freelance.tv. Freelance.tv is a documentary created by Dann Petty. And as you can see right here in the subtext right here, he's been going around the United States interviewing freelance designers, graphic artists, photographers, and whatnot, and getting their story of how they do their jobs, you know. And just like people are saying in the live chat room right now, we are streaming for the first time in 1080p. I know that one of the live chat community members came by and said, hey, can you stream this in 1080p? And so we've upgraded and now we're doing it. So hopefully you can see the Webflow UI as clean as possible, as crisp as possible, so that way you can learn and follow along if you're watching a recording. All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, and if this is your first time being here with us, this stream happens every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And what we do is rebuild popular homepages and websites. How we go about it is we visually break it down. And then we go into Webflow and build it from scratch, a completely blank template, and make it from 0 to live and completely responsive all within 2 hours. And in between those 2 hours, I give you guys a chance to ask your questions and I'll answer them as best I can, as well as let the community show off what they're working on in Webflow. So I do that at the middle of the stream and also at the end of the stream. All right. So what we're going to be focusing on for Freelance TV is background videos, flexbox, obviously, lightbox components, and if we have time at the end, custom code for the for this part right here. If you click play, okay, and you can press play here, and as it's playing, if you scroll down, it shows up here, and it's still playing. So I'm not sure how to do that, but I have a kind of an idea of how to do it in my head, but yeah, we'll see if we can do that at the end of the stream if there's time. Okay, so everyone's saying crystal clear 1080p. Yes, I love it. Thanks. I'm glad it works. Let's go and visually break this down. All right, so first of all, when I first saw freelance.tv, it's a beautiful site, okay, and it's very, very simple. And when you just look at it from a wireframe perspective, if you just block out the background video, the images, the icons, everything, if everything was just boxes, then you can see that it's a hero row with the top call to action right here with the form field. So it's the hero row and six boxes right here, and then the footer, and that's it. It's so simple, but yet it's eye-catching. And why is it eye-catching? Well, it's because of the content. And I believe that websites start with the content first, not the layout, not the wireframe. It starts with the content. That means your copy. If you have videos, this is a documentary site, so everything has to focus on the videos, and so that's why you don't need a crazy layout or so many interactions just to make people watch the video. Having a simple background video like this that loops as the hero row explains the story and the purpose of the website within seconds. Okay. Yeah, is my audio bad? I can turn it down, bit crackling. No. Hold on, let me double check real quick before we visually break down. This is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens. Technical difficulties all the time. But we fix it. We fix it. Let me turn it down. Is this better? Is this better? Hopefully this is better. I turned it down on my microphone. Alright, so just let me know when the sound's crackling. Oh, man. Alright, we're just going to keep going, though. I'm sorry for the audio problem, but we're just going to keep going, and maybe next week I'll get it fixed, okay? I don't want to waste your time with tech issues during the stream, okay? You're here to learn, and I'm here to answer any questions you guys have. Alright, so yes, start with content first, alright? So let's visually break it down. We have a top nav bar, okay? We have a top nav bar with social icons and then a form here, okay? And then we have I think this is like the sub nav bar, but it's at the top. But the real nav bar is right here. You have the logo, and then you have you just have 2 pages. You only need 2. This is a very simple site. And then you have a centered information with the play button. This is really cool. I'm going to see if I can tackle this. That's really cool. And then, let's see here. Scroll down, and then we have this area right here. And notice how the background video, it kind of fades out. As you scroll down, there's like some sort of gradient or something. We can do that with a background video component and overlaying it with some sort of gradient. So we're going to fade it to black, okay? And then we have this. We can easily do this with flexbox. I mean, we're going to flexbox a lot of this stuff. And then lastly, it's the footer. Nothing too hard. Oh, and right here, the top nav, it's sticky. So I'm not sure about this part right here because it looks like the video paused or something. But when you scroll up, it goes away. So that part I'm not going to do. So I'm not sure if that's intended, but this is a great site if you're learning Webflow for the first time, because there's a lot of things you can do that are basic, but it's still powerful, because if you have a site that's like video based, this is a great example of how to do it. So again, Dann Petty, thank you so much for giving us permission to recreate this site, and also great job with it. Can't wait to see the new episodes. So big shout out to Dann Petty, and go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel if you haven't already. Just search for Dann Petty at YouTube. All right, let's go ahead and build. All right, so first things first, whenever you're starting on Webflow, the best thing to do is have your colors ready. And the first thing I noticed with Freelance TV, it's just using black and white, except for this part right here, which is green. So that's the only color I copied, and I'm using this ColorZilla Chrome extension to just eyedrop from the page. And so I pulled that in. It's already in my swatches right here, so it's already here. And also, it's always good to upload your images. Not sure why that's broken, but it's always good to upload your images first, so that way you're not always having to go back to your hard drive to find the images. Okay, so they're already there, ready for me to go. Now let's get to it. Let me open up freelance.tv on my laptop, and right. Audio. Is everyone else's audio? Mine isn't. I hope the audio is working. People said they can hear me. Alright, let's go do it. So let's do that top social bar first, okay? And I don't think it's sticky, right? It's kind of sticky? It is sticky. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and put our first div block here, and we're going to call it social navbar. Okay, and let's see here. This is going to be fixed and to the top. Okay, thanks, Riley. So it's fixed to the top. What fixed means is it makes it sticky. So as I scroll up and down, this never leaves my site. Or, yeah, my eyesight, not the website. All right. Okay, and let's go ahead and add a inside of that another div block. So I have two div blocks right here, and we're going to call this container. Okay, I like to make my own custom container rather than using the Webflow provided one, because with a custom container I can make the size however big I want. So I like 1200 and centered, and we're going to go ahead and put some padding on the left and right. Let's go ahead and put 15. All right, and let's see here. Everything on it, if you look at it, everything on it is white. So I won't be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to switch gears just so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put the background video. Now usually you can put the background video by going to the add panel and dragging in background video and then uploading your MP4, MOV, or or WebM. And then we'll transcode it for you. But to save time, I've already did that before the stream. So I can just go to here to a secondary page that I just created and uploaded the background video. And I'm going to go back to my home page and I'm just going to paste it. All right, cool. And so this background video is pretty big, and I think it's put absolute in the back. ZNX 0, and let's go, what if the height was 100 VH and the width is 100? Will that work? Yeah, okay. But I think it's, wait, is it sticky too? Hold on. I'm getting confused. I'm scrolling up and down on the site. The video's not sticky, right? I'm scrolling because there's so much movement on the site. I don't know if it's sticky or not. I think the video is sticky. Yeah, it is. Wait. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, we're not gonna make it sticky. Let's see if we can make the height like 120 VH. And so what is a VH? A VH is viewport height. And I'm doing it to 120% of the viewport height because I want it to scroll down. And then I want to overlay of a background gradient. So what I can do is take this guy. So I have to click on background video, right? And I have that Z index -1 because I want it to be in the back. Randy says it moves slightly. Yeah, it does. But, okay, well, let's just try to see if we can do this. All right, background gradient. Huh, the gradient didn't work. All right, no problem. We can easily fix this. So let's do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the background video inside of another div block, and then this div block, we're going to call it background video wrapper with 100%, 120 VH, so I want the same height. And then we can add another, oh wait, oh, I'm sorry. I'm treating the background video as if it was a, sorry, let's try this again. So the background video is by itself, okay? And on top of that, I'm going to put another div block. So this is going to overlay on top. So let's say BG gradient. Okay. And this height, we'll say it's 100% of its parent, 100% width of its parent. Good to go. And now I think I can do the gradient. There we go. That's what I wanted. Let's reverse that and make white to black, but its opacity 0. All right, and I think we got it. So let's scroll down. So let's see what it looks like right now. So if I go like this, kind of looks like the site, yeah? Cool. Let's keep going. All right, so now that I have the background video working for me, I can go ahead and work on that top social nav bar. So because everything's white, I can now see what I'm working on. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the social nav bar. So I'm right here, social nav bar, and it's white, but it has opacity as the background. So let's go white, but we can pull it down a bit. So I'm guessing it's going to be 10. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and here we have the container. Let's go ahead and make the top and bottom margins 10, something like that. And now, so if you notice, we have two things right here. We have these icons grouped here, and then we have a form grouped on the right. So we can use floats or we can use flexbox, which is much easier. So how do we do this is we put two divs, one that groups up here and one that groups up here, and we space them out on the sides. Okay, so here we go. Dave, welcome. Thanks for the love, man. So here's how we flexbox it. Okay, I'm going to put in a div block right here, and so this div block will hold all my social icons. So let's go ahead and put those in right now. So how do we do that is we bring in a link block, and inside that link block we can drag in an image. I think the first thing is YouTube, and because it's SVG I don't see it, so I'm gonna have to actually set a width for it. So giving it a class name and say, what is it, 75? Oof, no, so I'm gonna say 20. Yeah, 20 looks good. And 20 looks good. Let's go ahead and copy that one. So here's a link block, and I'm gonna paste it 3 times. What? Oh, did I? There we go. There you go. Sorry about that. I pressed Control+ to zoom in the browser, so that's why that happened. All right, so paste it 3 times. Now I can just double click, replace image, Facebook. Double click, replace image, Twitter. Double click, replace image, Instagram. Okay, and they're like really close to each other, but it's okay because we're gonna say this is social icon wrapper, something like that. And I'm gonna set the width to, like, let's say 300. No, something smaller. Let's keep going. Something like this. Let's say 130. And what's cool about this, instead of spacing it out with, using margins for each of the link blocks, I can use flex and do this thing right here where it's space between. And there we go. So I let the computer handle the spacing so I don't have to. Boom, flexbox, awesome, right? Yeah. All right, now we got that done. Let's go ahead and do the other side. We're gonna put div block again, and this one is going to hold the join the email. So I don't have the right fonts for this, but we're just gonna recreate it with basic fonts. Actually, let me set my font to the new hotness that people are using. Let me go to body all pages. So I feel like the new hotness is this one right here. I see a lot of people using it, so I'll use it too. So he's using a combination of a serif and sans serif. So this one for the join the email list right here, join the email list, it's serif. So let's go ahead and put a text block, and let's see here. Let's change this one to, I wish I can do like, okay, let me set a global class to serif. Let's see here. Oh, okay, Merriweather, that's fine. It looks like it. All right, and yeah. And let's go ahead and, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 global classes. One for the serif font and then one for the light gray color. So I'm removing that class name, and then I'm going to put gray color. Or I'll just put gray. Okay. And then let's go ahead and set that to like a light gray. 6s? 9s? I think it's 9. Let's go at 9 and see what's up. All right, so see how I did 2 class names and I removed them? So here's what I can do, right? I can say, okay, this one is going to be small text. Let's say like 12, no, 11, and 17. And now I can add those global classes to this. So for example, this has to be serif, so I can go here. Now it's serif, and now I can go here, put gray. So it takes the serif and the gray styles and puts them into this combo class. So that way, I don't have to create I don't have to put the font size to every, or sorry. I don't have to put the font type or font family to all the ones that need it, okay? I'll show you what I mean. I am not making sense, am I? All right, next. Let's go ahead and put the form block. And the form block has, we can remove the label. I think it's only using email. So we can remove that one and submit. Nice. Okay, so this form, let's go ahead. In the form, could just easily do flex because I want it all in one line. Yeah. Cool. This sign up button, it has a default color of blue, but we want to make it white and set that to like 20. Yeah, that's looking good. Let's go ahead and make it like that because it's all caps, and this actually says sign up. There you go. There you go. We have the default padding. Whoa, it's huge. No problem, Graham. It's like one of those tips I should have told you guys a while ago, but my mind just brought me there just now, and so it's like, okay, I'm glad I told you guys. Why is this height not being nice? Okay, I think that works. And the background of this doesn't need to be white. It can be oh no, it's not transparent. It's white. And then what does that mean? Okay. And then the text should be white. Okay. Okay, I think we got this part done. And so now we can go here to the container and we'll give it a combo class of flex. Actually, let's do the tip I just said. So I'm going to remove container and call it flex. And there we go. Flex. And actually, listen. Flex sides. That means I'm telling myself this is flexing, but on the sides. So I go like this, and there we go. And so now I could remove flex sides, put container back, and put flex sides on. Boom, done. Cool. What up, Tristan? This has a border. Let's see, no border. Cool, took that out. And this one says enter email, not enter your email address. So, enter email, and it's all like that, and it's all like that. Cool. Tristan, in your honest opinion, what do you guys have planned to stay around for 10 years down the road? Great question. Look at wishlist.webflow.com. Huge list. Oh, okay, right here, they're not supposed to be in 2 different rows. So we can make this flex again. So let's see. Flex sides. Yeah, that works. This form. All right, so right here, it has a margin of 10. I need to remove that. Yep, okay, cool. We're good. let's see here, flex sides. Gonna give it a combo class and make it V center, meaning vertically centered. There we go. What is up with that? Oh, right here, this form block. There we go. It had a margin, a default margin of 15. All right, so this small text right here. Actually, let's go ahead and get this form and push it away from that text. I think we're done with this one. Actually, one more thing. V center. Nice. Yes, we got the first part done. Well, the two parts done. Yeah. Andreas, great question. I will answer that later. That I want to focus my time on answering that one. So ask me that in about an hour or so. Okay, let me finish this hero row. Let me finish the desktop version of this site. All right, so this hero row, we have this information right here. Okay, actually no, this is a navbar. My bad. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and do navbar. All right. This navbar is, I'm scrolling up and down. It's sticky too. Not sure why, because the other navbar comes down, but all right. That's what they chose. No hate. It's, we gotta learn what we gotta learn. So I'm putting another container. Okay, but this time I'm going to call it no BG because I don't want a background. It's already transparent. Oh, sorry. It's this guy right here, social navbar, that is causing that. So what can we do? What can we do? So this social navbar is 100% width, and that's what has the background in the opacity. So what I can do is I want to have them both in the same thing. So I guess I can wrap this again. And this social navbar will not have the position apps fixed. It'll be its wrapper. So I'm going to put it in here, and I'm just going to call this top nav. And this is what's going to be fixed at the top. Okay. And so this has the background. This has the background color. So if I take this container out, have it right here, this doesn't have a background color. See what I mean? And so now I can go ahead and do the flexbox again because we want to have the freelance logo on the left and the episodes and documentary on the right. So let's go ahead and do that. Bring in a link block, and inside there we have the logo, and it's the white logo right there, and it's SVG, so we're just going to call it white logo. Actually no, just logo. Let's give it a size. Freelance, is it something like that? Let's say 150. Cool. All right, this container, we're gonna also call it main nav. The reason why is because it needs more padding at the top and bottom. Instead of 10, we can make it 20. Oh no, it looks like 30. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So we have that there, the logo and the link block. And now let's go ahead and put another div block, because this is what's going to hold the nav, the two nav links. Okay. And notice I'm not using the navbar component because I think this navbar is very simple. It doesn't need the hamburger menu because when you only have two links, it really doesn't make sense to have to hide those two links in a hamburger menu. If you had like 10 links or something like that, then it didn't make sense. Okay, Tristan, this stream happens every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. All right, so in here we need two. We're gonna do 2 link blocks. Okay, so we're gonna have a link block. Inside of that, we have a text link. Nope, sorry. We're gonna have a text block, and this one says episodes. Okay, and now also, actually, let's go ahead and style it first. Okay, so we have a nav link. We're going to give it a class name of nav link, and let's go ahead and fix it. No underline. It's white. It's bold. There's semi-bold. All caps. Let's letter spacing a little bit out. Nah, it's okay. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. And it's probably, yeah, as big as the actual text, so probably like 28. Okay, maybe not semi-bold, maybe medium. All right, that'll work. Like that. All right, cool. So we have that one. Now I want to show you a trick. Okay, let's see if we can do this together. I'm going to use interactions for this. Now, the first thing is, look at when you hover over it, the color changes. So I'm guessing it can either be opacity goes back a little, or it changes to a lighter gray. Let's change it to lighter gray. But also, check this out. This gray line swoops in like that. And I say, let's try it. Okay? So in my mind, I have that text block, and underneath is a div that's hidden. Okay? And it starts at 0 pixels width. And when you hover over this link block, it goes from 0% to 100%. All right? So let's try that. Okay? Tristan, wait, can Webflow do background videos? That's right there, right? You can, right here, background video, drag that in and have fun. All right. So first things first, when I hover over this nav link, this hover right here, we're going to change the color to gray. I think, what did you do? 9s? 6s. No, I think we did 9s. That's too dark. How about we do C or D's? C? Okay, let's try C's instead. Okay, so C for the color. So when I hover, there you go. So we're halfway there. Next, we're going to put in a div block inside of that same nav link. So see right here, nav link, text block, div block. And we're going to call this nav link line. Okay, and this nav link line, let's give it a height of 5 pixels and a background of, let's see here, a background of C's? Yeah, I think that's what I used. Yeah. Let me double check. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, okay, let me save that color into my swatches so I don't forget. There we go. Cool. All right, so I'm going to go back to my nav link and let me think here. Let me think. Thinking. Okay, so sorry. Back on this nav line, what I can do is go to my interactions and I'm going to set the initial appearance. Nav link line. I'm going to save the initial appearance to become 0% width. And done. So when the page first loads, what does it look like? It's going to look like that. It's going to look like that. See, you don't see it at all, okay, because it's 0%. However, now I'm selected on the nav link, as you see here. I can make another interaction, and we're going to call it nav link hover. And when I hover over this, I'm going to affect a different element, and it's nav link line. Limit to the nested element, only elements that live within this link block. When I hover over, I'm going to make the width 100%. All right, and it'll take 200 milliseconds to animate. And when I hover out, I want it to go back to 0%. And so it looks like this. Oh my God, that's really thick. I don't want that. Okay, let's fix that. Is 5 too much? Let's go 3. Ah, there we go. I think that does it. Cool. So now what I can do is, since I've already set it up for that first one, I can just go copy, paste, and now I have my second one. And the second one is going to say documentary. Cool. And since this is the last nav link, I'm just going to give it a combo class of last link. So that way I can push it away from the other one. I think it's like 30 away from it. And let's go ahead and fix this. So main nav, let's go ahead and flex that to the sides. I think this is way too big. Yeah, like that. Okay, cool. And now, let's see what we got. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, 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 hey. Cool. All right, next one. Okay, so we have the information about the video. And let's see here. We have, I'm looking at this right here. The start with episode 1. And it seems like this is a row. This is a whole row right here. Right? So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 divs, okay? So the first div is going to contain this, second div contain this, and we can easily flexbox this to do that space between. So I don't have to fully center this. It'll be centered by itself because of flexbox. Remember, flexbox is letting the computer do the math, okay? And then we have another, we have another row down here, I'm guessing, for this information. And then, yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. Let's see, we have the top nav done. In between the top nav and the background video, we're going to put a section, and we're gonna put. No, the section is supposed to go there. Alright, cool. So this section, the top nav is sticky though. You know what, I'm gonna unsticky it. Let's just make it static. What did I do? Hold on. Why do you do the things? So the reason why I'm, okay, undo. All right, so I'm back here. That's sticky. I guess I should push it down. I'm not a fan of pushing it down. Wait, what? Why? Why is it white? Oh, there's a margin? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Wait, delete this section. Should the background? No, the background video should be sticky in the back. If I put a section here, it's white. I'm not sure why. This top nav doesn't have a background. It's transparent. But this section right here, do all sections have a white background? No. Okay. Alright, we'll figure this out, guys. Oh, is this not sticky? Position absolute, that's why. There we go. See, just gotta figure it out. Alright, So the reason why when I put a section, it's pushing down the background video. Because I thought the background video was sticky. I didn't make it sticky. To make it sticky, you got to do it like that. Fixed. Okay? Not absolute. Absolute, just, yeah. Let's just see if this works. No, Dave, I'm not the smartest guy on the planet. Look I'm trying to figure this out, and I thought it was easy, and then I'm doing it live, and I'm like, no, what's going on? But we're going to figure this out together. And that's what life is, right? You're just figuring it all out together, and if it doesn't work, you just keep trying. Ah, what's going on? This section is not making me happy. Hold on. Yeah, the top nav is sticky, but the... What is going on? Okay, so section 3 works there, but let me see here. My mind is drawing a blank, guys. That's a first. After Dave says that, he jinxed me. No! Okay, hero content. Let's just keep going and see where this road leads us to. Alright. So hero content, do we have a container in there? Let's add a container. Drag that in there. Container, because I want the 1200 pixels with centered. Video still has a top position value. Oh! God, see? Learning together. Yeah, why is that doing that stuff? Thank you. Dino Play Fun is the smart person in this stream, not me. Oh. Choked? A little bit. Alright. I think we can move on with life. I think this is good. So this hero content, I think we can push it down now. Yes, we can. There we go. So... not a fan of making big margins, but it's gonna make our prototype complete. Alright, moving on. So we have the hero content. Now let's go ahead and put some text here. And the first text says, MVP Dino, yep. Start with episode 1. Okay, since all the text in this hero section is white, rather than setting each text block to be white, I'm just going to go back to the hero content and just set this to white. Alright, so this will be small hero text, and it'll, yeah. Oh, and all of the text is caps, so I can set that too. There we go. So small hero text, let's set it to 12 and 18 on the line height. And then after that text, we can, let's put it H1. Okay, H1 will be Dan Mao. Put a break there. And that's good. So we have these two things right here. Let's wrap them in a div, because we're going to flexbox the things. Let's add 2 more divs. Okay, so the reason why we're adding 2 more divs is this div is for the play button, and then this div is for the time code. So let's go ahead and do those things right here. So let me do the Lightbox component. Okay, so Lightbox link, I can bring it here, and I can drag in a link block right next to the thumbnail, and then delete the thumbnail. If you delete the thumbnail first on the Lightbox component, you're deleting the complete Lightbox component. So it's best to drag in whatever you want inside there in place of the thumbnail, and then remove the thumbnail. Okay? Now this div block, let's go ahead and let's make a play button, okay? So let's go play button. Alright, so this play button, let's give it a width of, let's say, 100. Or how about 75? Okay, 75, 75. And the border will be, is it gray? No, it's white, probably opacity 20, and it's thick, like, ooh, no, not 10, 5? 5 is good? Yeah. And then let's round it out to 50% border radius. Now we have a circle, yay. Let's make it thinner, 3, 4, looks like 4. And I think it's bigger than this, so let's go back to 100. Okay, and in here we're going to put in another div, and if you forgot, I think last week I made a play button. Yeah, I did. So if you forgot, here's how to make a triangle only using CSS. So let's go ahead and name it triangle, and we don't need a width and height. We can just say 0, 0. And we set the borders. So this one I'm gonna say is 20, let's say 25, and it's white. Okay, and the top and bottom will be 20, but it's transparent. The bottom will be 20 and it's transparent, and we have a play button. No, it doesn't seem that much. Let's go. Yeah, okay, 40. Yeah, okay, cool, 40. I think we got it. And now, back to the play button, we can, let's see if I can flex this. Center. A little bit, but we need to push it. So we'll use padding to kind of cheat it. There you go. Looks like it's too big compared to the website. So let's go 30, 10, 10. Oof, 15? Yeah, okay. I like it. And now it does this thing where if you hover over it, the circle fills itself in. So I'm going to take a stab at this and say the width becomes like, oh, whoops. The width on all sides becomes something like, yep, that's the trick. Okay, well, let me see before it starts moving. So, okay, 43. So 44 is the number. So what happens is, watch this. And the color also turns to white. So check this out. On the none state, on the off state, it's whatever the default stuff is. But on the hover state, I'm making the width huge and changing the color of the border, okay, on all sides. And now I can animate that with transitions by just putting border in 200 milliseconds ease. And check this out. Whoop, whoop. Oh, I figured it out. Easy peasy. All right, next. This triangle right here, that's white, but this one turns black. And if you notice, it kind of zooms out. Like it starts a little bit big and goes small. So let me try that. So the white triangle goes away, and we have a new black one that takes its place. So how do we do that? Let's go ahead and put another triangle on top using position absolute. That position absolute trick. So how to do that is position relative. So I want whatever's in here that's position absolute to target it. Okay, this wrapper thing here. Okay, now let's go ahead and take this triangle, actually copy paste it so we have it again. So I have two triangles, but this one I'm going to call it black triangle. Oh no, I can't, because interactions 1.0 cannot target combo classes Interactions 2.0 can. So I'm going to have to just recreate this. So I'm just going to delete the triangle class and call it black triangle. And let's just do what I did before. So 0, 0, let's see here. I did 0, 0, and then I did 15, 15, 30. All right, easy. Do it. So 30, 15, 15, transparent. This one, transparent. Yay, Alex learned something. That's good. That's good. And now, black triangle is a little bit different because it has that different color, but also its position absolute. And we're going to set it to, oh, it's already set in the middle. Okay, cool. So I don't have to do any centering here. Nice. So its initial interaction, its initial appearance, I want it to be scaled up a bit, so it's kind of subtle. So we're going to call this black triangle. On the interaction, initial appearance is transform, scale, and I'm going to scale it up just a little. It's very subtle, like 1.2. And the opacity is 0. Okay, so I don't want to see it when I first load the page. However, this play button right here, I'm going to create a new interaction and call play button. And when I hover over this, look for the black triangle, limit to nested elements, and on the hover, I'm going to scale it to 1 and set the opacity to 100. When I hover out, I want to scale it back to 1.2 and set the opacity to 0. So I'm just going backwards. So it's going to look like this. So it's very subtle. But let's see what it looks like when I play with it. And there you go. So it's kind of like it. I think I achieved it. All right. Last, let's go ahead and... Oh, we got to put the actual video for Lightbox. Is your play button too big, the black one? Maybe. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and fix it. Let's make the scale, when I hover over it, instead of origin, let's make it smaller. Like that. How does that feel? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to remove the white one too. Alright, so let's go back to interactions. Hover black triangle. So I'm back on the play button interaction. And if I do hover, so we're making another hover trigger, and we're going to call this one, we're going to affect triangle. And when I hover over it, I want this one, let's just do display none, so it just goes away. Or, no, actually, no. Let's do that, opacity 0, and we'll scale it down. Yeah, you don't see it yet. Here. So, yeah, okay, so it scales down to like 0.8. And then when I hover out, we'll scale it back up to origin and opacity 100. I think that'll do it. So I have two interactions happening, one for the black triangle and one for the regular triangle. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. I'm waiting patiently for the beta invite. Yes, this summer, Interaction 2.0. We're all waiting for it, including me. Like, I can't wait. All right, this hero content, what are we missing? The time code. So let's go ahead and we'll put a div block inside of this one. In this one, actually, no, we don't have to put a div block. We can just put a text block right there. In this text block, 958. We're just gonna call it time code. Time code. There we go. And because it's display block, that means I can go ahead and Actually, no, we want display inline. There we go. Because I don't want the div to go all the way 100%. I want it inline, so it only goes as far as whatever content is within it. All right, let's push it out by like 5 pixels, add a background of like black. Yep. Let's make this bold, semi-bold. Yeah, that's good. Let's make this a little bit bigger, like something like 22. 28. I think that's good. Cool. Alright, so now the magic of Flexbox. Ready and go. Yay, they're all in one row. Push them to the side. Yay, and make them vertically aligned. Yay, easy. Oh, Flexbox. Alright, cool. Let's make this much bigger, so everyone knows his name. Dan Mall. Let me go 100. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Let's take away that default margin at the top. I don't like that. As well as the bottom. There we go. What do you guys think? Yeah? I think we did it? Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and put one more div. And let's see. If I put another div, it's going to do Flexbox stuff. But what if I set this to 100%? Okay. So, let's see. We'll call this, I don't know how to do my class names. So what I'm wondering is, what do I name this? Like, person? Person of interest. Awesome person. Oh. We'll name it awesome person. Oh my gosh. Alright, and we'll set... Can I do this 100%? Ah, that's what happens. Okay. I want it to go on its own row, so how I can do that is I can go hero content and wrap the children, and there we go. So the reason why is because I didn't set a width for these three, but I did set a width for this. The base is 100%. So, because it's 100%, it'll wrap and push it down to its own row. Is that button centered? It's centered to me? Oh, it's not. You're right. I let Flexbox handle it. Okay, so what I can do... Thank you, Alex. Good call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it hero call. And each hero column will have a width of 33.3. Actually, you can actually do math. 100 divided by 3. There we go. Percent. So you can do math inside of here. Alright, so now I can go here, hero call, and then here, hero call. Huh. Okay, so it's three columns, three even columns, right? But this one needs to be centered. And this one needs to be right. Okay, cool? We good? Yeah? Okay, here we go. So this awesome person... Okay, all it is just the avatar in a circle and some text. Easy. Let's do it. So I'm going to put a div block, and right here this div block is going to have, we're going to call it avatar. The last airbender. Alright. With 2020, ooh no, 50? Alright, cool. And we're going to round that out with overflow, not hidden, because we're going to round it out and put an image inside of it. and some padding, say 5. Okay, we're gonna have a border of like gray. I don't know if it's opacity or gray. We're just gonna go gray and just say 3. 50% to make it a circle, and inside of there we're gonna put an image. All right, and choose your image. That one. And it didn't work. Should it be a background image? Let's see here. No, background image, because you can't have, there's like there's a border, and then there's some space, and then there's the image. So let's put that image again, and let's see here. Alright, image. Can I round this out? I can, yes. Ooh, that border is way too thick. Okay, I think that's it right there. Cool, cool. And this avatar needs to have some margin on the right, say like 20, 30. All right. This is display inline, right? Nope, it's block. Let's do display inline. So that way it can be on the same row. Oh, I don't have to. I can do flexbox. Sorry, because I want the vertically aligned. All right. So next I need a text block, and this text block is going to say, who is this awesome person? He is the director and founder of Super Friendly in Philly. Alright, let's go ahead and flex this. Vertically aligned center. Ooh, that's too far. I'm gonna fix it. Was I right? Oh, okay. Only 10. Cool. And let's override the settings here. Right there. There, and it should be a serif, so we can just use like Merriweather. Yeah? Yeah? Do we have to push it away from his name a little bit? I think we should. Something like that. Alright. Oh, and we forgot the YouTube video. So right here you can put the YouTube video. Let's go ahead and get the YouTube video real quick. Right click, copy URL, go right here, paste that. There we go. Hey, I said paste it. There we go, cool. Preview. So this is what we got so far, everyone. Nice, nice. Nice, nice. Cool. All right. Look at that. Moving along. Moving and shaking. Moving and grooving. Okay, so next, let's leave the hero content, and we're just going to put another row inside the same container. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring in a div block. Oh, calm down. Right there. Okay, so this div block right here, we're gonna call it intro. Okay, and the reason why is because this is the intro paragraph of, if you don't know what you're looking at when you first get here, let me go back. If you don't know what you're looking at when you first get here, this is the intro copy. So I'm going to copy this, and let's go ahead and put a paragraph in there. Paragraph, paste it. Okay, you don't really see it, so I'm going to go back to my intro, and let's style it. Okay, let's go. Let's put some margin at the top and bottom. Let's say 30. I think 30 is the magic number for this whole page. 30, and then on the top and bottom, there's a border. something like that. And also the color of the text is gray, it's centered. And this paragraph, intro P, maybe a max width of like 550, and it's centered. It doesn't need it doesn't need a margin bottom. And it's the serif font right there. Okay, cool. The line height is like pretty out there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do it like that. I think there's more padding that needs to be done. Let's go 60. 60, 60, and 60, 60. Is it too much? Oh, that gray is not happening. It's way too bright. I think Dan is using white and then opacity 10. So I'm going to copy that, paste it there. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Yes, we're doing it. Okay. Next. Oh, actually, is that a link? Yeah, that's a link. So that's Twitter link. I'm going to copy that link address. And I can easily actually highlight this. We'll make it bold. And then we're going to insert link. Going to paste that link there. And we can style this. So, bold inline link. And this is going to be, it's already bold. So we have to redo the light gray by going like this and then clicking on light gray. There we go. Now it works. And then also there's a follow along. So that's white. So, okay. Ooh. 3D interactions. Not sure if I'll have time for this one. Okay, so maybe at the end of the stream I'll do it. Okay? But the next thing I want to show you is bringing in a YouTube subscribe button. So how to do that is I'm going to bring in an embed. There we go. And now we can paste in any code. Okay? And so if you Google search YouTube subscribe button, you'll find this page right here. Really simple. You just put in the channel name or ID, and then you copy this code, and then you paste it into Webflow, and you're done. Save and close. So it's gonna look like this, but when you publish it, you'll see it. But let's go ahead and move that away from the YouTube video a little bit. Say 15. I'm gonna publish it, and let's see what it looks like so far. Yeah, right there. Nice, nice. That works, that works. Beautiful. All right, cool. That row is done. So now we move on to this row. Oh, or actually, should we do... Okay, we'll do this top navbar later. All right, cool. So what do we have going on here? We can do a flexbox with 33% to create 3 columns, and then it'll wrap with flex wrap. And for these right here, the background image goes to opacity something like 75%, because you can see the video is still playing behind it. But the content inside is not changing at all. Okay, so we can easily do that with an interaction, where we have the image as we'll have the background. We'll have a background image in a div by itself, but it won't be the background image of the actual link block. Okay, so let's get into it. First thing we need is full episodes 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in another div block. All right, I don't want it as a I want it by itself. There we go. Collapse all. Cool effect of the video playing behind. Yeah, yeah. All these nice little touches that Dan did is quite fascinating. I like it. Okay, container. There we go. In that container, we'll have... Oh yeah, let's go ahead and put a text block. And this one is going to say full episodes 5. We're going to call it full episodes text. Something like that. And then make it bold. Make it white. No Twitch. Oh, is the Twitch stream not working? Sorry, not sure why. Oh well, but it's streaming on Facebook and YouTube, so that's still good. All right, next, let's go ahead and put another div block, and this one's going to flex. So let's say flex. We're just going to do a regular flex right there. Wrap children. Cool. Now inside of here, let's make our first card. So the card consists of a link block for the whole thing, and then inside of that we have the background image, and then we have this content. And this content looks like this can be flex on both sides for the number of the episode number and the time code, and then this could be just a regular div block right here with 2 rows of content. Yeah, easy. Let's go. So we're gonna call this video card. Okay, so div block. No. Sorry. It's a link block because it needs to be a link. All right, cool. And we're gonna call it video card. Okay, and so that video card will have a basis of 100 divided by 3, and then we just make it a %. There we go. And in that, hey, let me see. Oh, it's because I have to put 3 more. So if I go like this, there we go. And if I go again, it goes to the next one. Okay, that's why I was like, how come it's still going 100%? Okay. All right, so we have a video card, and actually, yeah, so we have a video card, and let's add some margins because we don't want it butting up against the other ones. So there we go. Div block right here, and we're going to call this BG image, and this is going to be 100% width and 100%. Actually, no, sorry. It's going to be position absolute because it has to take up the whole card width and height. So the video card needs to be relative, where the background image needs to be position absolute, full. And let's just, so background image. Let's go ahead and get that background image right here. Choose image. And which one did you use? Oh, okay. That one right there. Set it to cover, centered, no tile, like that. So it looks weird right now, but it's okay. So this video card, let's give it a height of 300. Ooh, couldn't 275. We'll play around with it. All right. So this is what I mean. When I hover over the video card, I want this background image to the opacity slightly go away. So I can make a new interaction and call this video card hover. And when I hover over something, the BG image limit to nested elements, the opacity goes away a little. Ooh, I said a little. 50? Let's try 50. But when I hover out, the opacity goes back to 100. And there we go. So it looks like this. Whoop. Ooh, done. Okay, cool. So that interaction's done. Now let's go ahead and put the content. Put this on top right here. And we're gonna call this video card content. And let's go ahead and position absolute, push it to the bottom. Okay. And yeah, let's put some padding too. Say like 15. Oh, and also this the Z index needs to be 1, so it's on top of the background video. Background image. Okay, so let's go ahead and put another div block. So this is going to hold the episode number, flex sides, because I only have 2 things, and see I'm already setting it to the sides. And make it V center, because I want it vertically aligned center. So I'm reusing classes as much as possible. Alright, so the first thing is text block. We're going to call it EP, oh no, not EP, E01. And let's just go ahead and copy this one too. This time code, I'm going to just copy it and paste it in that flex sides, and there we go. Notice how we have that blue? We can fix that in the video card link. So let's go ahead and fix that. Everything here is white, no underline, good to go. So let's go back here, episode number. This could be medium and a little bit bigger. Something like that. Yeah, let's say 20, 28. Alright, cool. Alright, next one. So we have the flex sides. This, we can put another div block, and this is going to hold the other pieces of content right here. And let's call it interviewee. And it's away from the time code by a lot. It's like 30. Again, I think 30 is the number around here, all around here. And let's just copy this same thing right here. Copy that, paste it, and let's put the name of the person, Dan Mall. Give it a class of name, display inline. Is that not display inline? Oh, it needs to be centered too. So this needs a flexbox as well, because it needs to be vertically aligned center. So let's see here. There you go. There you go. And let's go ahead and mess around with the text. A little bit big. Medium. Let's go ahead and wrap children, because the next row. Actually, no, we don't have to do that. Sorry. Hey. Remove. Okay, cool. So we have interviewee, and now we need the title of the person. So how about if we just copy this and then paste it? No, that was easy. And this one has to be serif too. So we're just going to call it person title. Serif, gray. Wait, I already created that, huh? Look at me. I taught you guys something, and I'm not even using it. All right, so serif, gray. There, cool. Done. All right. Next, since that's set up, we can just paste it 5 more times. So we have a video card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And this is not 3 columns. Now it is. Okay. Okay. So we need one more because it's... Wow, those cards are nice when you look at it like that. Let's see what it looks like right now. Nice! I'm beginning to suspect that the gradient is coming from this row. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me wrap this container with the section. And this section is going to have a gradient. Let's call this episodes. And this is going to have the gradient. Because when I scroll down, the video is not really going away. Maybe it starts up higher. Yeah, so it's so subtle. Let's go, yeah, let's try it like that. So notice, here, let me show you a bit quick. There we go. Look at it's kind of gone because of this gradient. There we go. All right. Nice. Let's go ahead and go back into this container. So it's flexing, we're flexing, and we need one more video card. And this one's going to be different. So let's just copy and paste it. So now we have 6. And this one, it doesn't need a background image. And the content, it actually doesn't need that either. This one is different. So we're going to call this, we're going to call it freelanced. All right. And this is going to use that green color. So let's go ahead and border, say, 2. Sweet gradient skills. Never in my life would I have heard that. I don't think I ever would expect to hear that from someone. It's like, hey man, sweet gradient skills. I'm not making fun of you. It's just like, just something like, huh, interesting. All right, next. So we have green, and then what happens when I hover over it? Ah, okay, so when I hover over this, oh, it's a black box. Okay, so when I hover over this, green becomes white on the border, but first it needs a black background. So on hover, green turns to white, and there we go. So if I, there you go, boop, boop, nice. Okay. This needs some padding. Probably like, say 30. Yeah, 30 is their number. I believe 30 is their number. 30 all around. But also we can flexbox it because I want the content to be vertically aligned centered. I don't want to have to figure out what the actual number is. I just let the computer handle it. All right, so this one says coming soon. Coming soon, and it's supposed to be green, all caps, medium, and then this one, it says, oh, I don't want it in a row, so let's go ahead and do vertical. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Freelanced. Title, cool, cool. Make it big, bigger. Yeah, 40. Something like that. All caps, make it bold. Uh-oh, it's way too big. Why? Maybe it's my... There we go, yep. I keep pressing caps lock. Come on now. I want tab, not caps lock. something like that. And let's go ahead and put another piece of text. Actually, let's just copy this. It's the same kind of style. It says the documentary on. Oh, I can't click it. The documentary on freelancing. Period. And lastly, let's put a button. So buttons are oh, okay. I can't put a button within a link, so I have to make a fake button. So I drag in a div block and style it myself. Green button. So it's kind of away from it. Say 15. And let's go ahead and make the background green. And it actually changes color to white on hover, so we'll get to that. Border radius 5 to make it rounded. Let's say on the sides it's like top and bottom we'll say 10, but on the sides it's 15. And let's go ahead and put some text inside of it. And more. This green button right here. How about 5 instead? Yeah, 5. Text is like that, and it's black, smaller, but bold. Say medium. And let's go ahead and do the hover state. So in the hover state, nothing happens to the text, but this turns white. And going back to the none state, we add a transition for the background color. 200 milliseconds, and there we go. Cool. All right, now we just need to do the footer, and I think we're good. And then we can take a break. Actually, it's 11:27. Let's go ahead and take a break now before the footer. Let me publish this so you guys can see where we are. Alright, so here's the link. It's freelance-tv-demo.webflow.io. So let's go ahead and take a break. And if you have any questions about Webflow, or about web design, or if you have something that you're working on Webflow that you would like to share to the community right now, send me your webflow.io link in the live chat, and let's get to it. I know that Tristan had a question. Let me scroll up real quick. Because I wanted to answer his question, and unless someone already answered it. Oh no, Peter. No, Andreas? Yeah, Andreas. I'm in a Danish forum for web designers, and I asked them to give an opinion on my Webflow site, which is supposed to be my portfolio. They all said that Webflow isn't supposed to be for freelancers. What do you think about that? Webflow is a tool, okay? And in the past, I've given a metaphor about what Webflow is, and I'll gladly give it again. So I like to think about tools like a rock versus a hammer when you need to nail down a piece. You need to nail a nail into wood. Okay, so you can use a rock to hit the nail into the wood. We all know how to do that. But wouldn't it be easier if you had something with a handle called a hammer, and it makes it easier? But now we've created even better tools to make that process faster. You still know the basic principles of a rock and a nail, but you can use a nail gun, which just shoots the nail into the wood, and it makes it so much faster. It's not like if someone sees you using a nail gun, they're gonna say, "Oh, you're cheating. That's not the way to do it." But it makes people think, "Oh, it's faster. It's more efficient," and that's what Webflow is. Instead of having to code all the basics of HTML and CSS, you let the tool do it for you in real time, and it just makes you more efficient. So Webflow is that nail gun that makes you faster as long as you know the fundamentals of HTML and CSS. Hopefully that helps. So is Webflow for freelancers? In my opinion, it's for web designers in general and also web developers. Okay, so let me at least I want to learn from you. I want to get to know more about Pinegrow. Pinegrow is for WordPress only. So if you want to learn more about Pinegrow, you would need to go to a different stream. But if you check out webflow.com/CMS, you'll see, actually, Google search Webflow versus WordPress. And maybe that'll answer some questions for you, okay? Just scrolling down, up and down. Okay, Webflow is the future of the World Wide Web. Yes. Okay. Do you know how many daily active users for Webflow? I mean, we have it on our marketing site. If you go to webflow.com, I think at the bottom, what do we say? We say over 600,000 designers are signed up on Webflow. I wish I could use Webflow on my iPad Pro. That would be cool. I know you can use it on the on Microsoft Surface. I had a live workshop and someone was using Microsoft Surface because it's basically a PC and they had Chrome installed and so it works like that. And they were actually using a stylus. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. So, not for iPad Pro yet, sorry, because mobile Safari doesn't work, doesn't have all the code, I guess, inside it. I'm not an engineer, but yeah. Webflow is amazing. Thank you. Button centered. Shouldn't you define a % size for the divs so the play button stays centered independently? I think we covered that. Ethan says, I'll have to leave in 30 minutes, so if he does have time, can you submit my link for me? Okay, Ethan. All right, last time I looked at Ethan's link, it crashed my Chrome, and I think it crashed the stream. But I got a better video card, and so maybe it won't. But let me just double check Ethan's link on my laptop before I put it on my PC. Okay, that's a beautiful page. All right, let's see it happen. All right, here we go. Looks like I'm back, guys. I don't know how many people are still here. It looks like 12 people are still here, so thank you to you 12 who are still here. Man, oh man. I am so sorry, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. If you're back in the stream, let me know. Amir, Francisco says we're back. Spencer has the prayer hands. Stream of Fern is here. Austin, Maine. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, let's finish this site. I am so sorry. Not sure what happened. I'm going to take a look at that site and see what code is inside there, because that is not cool. The second time that actually happened. The first time I thought my PC could not run it. And there are times when my PC, because I had a bad old video card, and my CPU was just like 100% usage during the streams. But this time, as I was watching my CPU, it said 30 to 75% and then back to 40, and so it was good. So Spencer's saying some injecting of JavaScript that's bugging out the live streaming. Yeah, I'm not sure what. I'm not an engineer, but I'm going to look into it. That's not cool. Because I want to do this for you guys. I want everyone to learn and enjoy the power of Webflow and enjoy web design in general. And that's why I do this, because I love you guys. So let's finish this up. All right, so we have Webflow back. Let's go back to freelance.tv. for Digital Forge, I'll take a look at your site again because that's really cool. Austin, if you're still here, I will gladly take a look at your website after we finish after we finish this site. So we're close to being done. Let's go ahead and do the footer and just create make this mobile. So let's go ahead and get this footer. I think this is all just one piece of text right here. Let me get that. Let me do an inspect. Can I inspect and get that text right there? So it's a footer right there. I just want to copy it. Okay, so there's a bunch of different. I'm just gonna go ahead and. So it looks like that top line is bigger than the middle line. Kind of looks like a movie type of thing. Hey Austin, you're still here. Awesome. Thank you for sticking with me. And to everyone else who are still here. Love you guys. So we have this container and this episodes. Let's put a new section. In this section... So I don't know if you guys know, but there are HTML5 tags. So if you go to settings, I can set this as footer. So it's typing in the footer tag for you instead of you having to do it. And in here, let's go ahead and put a contain. Oh, no. Sorry. Let's put in my own custom container. So I'm going to drag in a div block. And this is going to be called container. And inside there, whoops, where are you? Okay, there we go. Inside there, we're going to... Actually, let's go back to the section here. We're going to call this footer. The class name and the HTML tag is footer. And I want to center everything. And let's go ahead and put some padding on the top and bottom. I'm just going to make it, yeah, 75 will be good. So it's like that. Cool. So we have the container right here. And let's go ahead and put a paragraph. Actually, no, let's put 3 text blocks. So the first one has freelance like that. But actually, let's go back to the footer and make this brighter. Something like CCC. Oh, too bright. 4s? 5s? Yeah. Okay, cool. And we're going to call this footer small text and make the pixel size like 12, but it's all caps. Actually, the whole thing is caps. So we'll go back to the footer, make everything caps. Okay, so that's that. Another text block. And this one is going to say... created, filmed, produced by Dann Petty. And we can make that a link by going like this and do link. Is that bold? Oh, we can actually go like this. Bold inline link. There you go. Because it's already white or light gray. And it says for freelancers. By a freelancer. Let's copy and paste this, drag that under. And now this one is his entertainment company or production company. Cool. And I think that's that. And then we can just bring in these guys right here, social icon wrapper. And can we just paste it here? Oh, so close. Because we need to center this. So what if we go like this and we say centered? Oof, no good. Look at that, what happened? Okay, there we go. We set the flex back on it. And let's go ahead and push that away. Let's say 50. So it's like that. Awesome. So we kind of did... Oh, wait, look at this. We still see the background video. So let's set a background color of this to black. There we go. There you go, guys. So, not sure if I'll have time to do the other things but we got close. So let's go ahead and go into responsiveness. Make it all responsive-y and happy and whatnot. Okay. So as we go to the first breakpoint tablet, we noticed. We noticed. Let's see here. This guy is not happy. Look at that. This is not good. So let's see here. I'm gonna check on my laptop what is going on when we put to. Oh. So first thing I noticed is that the text is kind of. Actually, no. I'm trying to figure it out real quick. Yeah, why is this wrapping down? That's not cool. Let's go figure it out. So this hero column. Okay, there we go. Something like that. So that works like that. Okay, so we fixed that one. And this one's fine. Oh, he moved a lot of things around. Like this is now to the left. But this is 0, 0 like that, and it's way smaller now. Something like that. And the top and bottom of this intro, it's way smaller, probably half the size. Let's go 30, 30, like that. And this YouTube button is on the right. Not sure why that's happening on their site, but I'm gonna keep it here. It looks floating. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, wow, they did a lot of different stuff now. Like, each one of these cards has its own row. Derek says, Webflow changed my life. It changed a lot of people's lives. Okay, so what? Okay. Man. Might be too complicated for me to create in less than 15 minutes because I still want to give you guys time to show off what you're working on and ask questions. So I'm going to keep them as cards, but after the stream, I'm going to fix it, and that way you guys can clone this site in your own Webflow accounts and play around with it so you can learn. But let's just keep going with this flexbox stuff. Okay, so this works. This works. This, I think this should get smaller. Oh, he takes away the whole top. This one right here goes away, so I can actually, let's see here, social navbar, display none. So it just looks like that. And he centers, wow, that's different. So this div block right here makes that smaller. Okay, so I'm kind of cutting corners. Sorry, guys. So it's not going to be exactly the same when it comes to responsive, but I just want to finish up this episode, this stream, so I can get to your questions. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to this one. Okay, so this nav link, we can totally make it smaller. Say 16, like that. And this right here, this logo. Actually, let's make this logo. Let's make this logo, instead of a set width, we'll set to like 25%. So when it comes to responsiveness, it's always good to use percentages rather than fixed pixel sizes because it makes things more fluid. So if I do it like that, watch what happens. Actually, it'll get smaller when this gets smaller. See how it's growing and shrinking? Okay, so this guy right here, the stiff block, let's see here. What's going on with it? If I go like this, why? Ah, because this right here, this last link, again, has a fixed pixel size. So if I do something like 5%, that's not gonna work. Let's see here. What if I do 0? What happens? Okay. I guess I can go like that. 2.5%. Nope, the percentages aren't working. Okay, so I guess I have to do pixels. Cool. Alright, let me shrink this on my laptop. Okay, so what he does is he actually shrinks this. So let me show you a trick. So on this H1, I'm not going to set the width or the font size to 100 pixels. I'm going to set it to viewport width. All right. So let's say 2% of the viewport width. Okay, nope. I'm gonna maybe 10, 11, so 13. And the line height will be the 14 viewport width. Nope, 13, 12. Okay, so watch what happens. So that's a responsive text right there. And so if I go like move landscape, this time code doesn't move. If I go here, it does move. But you can see, there you go. All right, now this one needs to be smaller. It still breaks. Why are you breaking? Is it because... Here, let me go back all the way here. No, we don't want it like that. There you go. Top nav links. There we go. So that way it doesn't break. I don't want it to do a line break. Except for when it goes there. Yeah, obviously, because it's big. Alright. Alright, cool. So that's done. This is still clean. Go here. We're still good. This still fits. Unless we can make these smaller. Let's make these video cards smaller, like 200. Nope. I don't want, like, the text to overkill the images. Alright. So that's that, that's that, that's that. What do they do in the footer? No, the footer is just fine. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Okay. What do you think of using M's instead of percentage? I can try it. Well, I'll try it after the stream. Okay, that play button is awesome. But it gets smaller. Okay, so this play button, that's okay there. How about if it gets smaller, like 75, 75? Oop. But the hover effect gets way too big, so hover state will fix this to be nope, shouldn't be 34, it should be 30. Cool. And then we get here. That's still cool. Make this smaller. Yeah, it just all fits in one. So maybe it's my column sizes. So maybe this column size just needs to be smaller. Like that. Ooh, this guy right here, the avatar. So like that, like that. That's not working out so well. Why is that? Is it flexbox that's doing it? No, it's not. Do I have a... Oh, okay, I have a width. I have a width of 50, and how come that's not keeping in ratio, though? Is it because this is too big? Let's see. Octaven, kind of late. We started at 10. Maybe this needs to be smaller. Interesting that it's doing that. Okay. So if the height was smaller, interesting, it's doing that. It's not a that's not a perfect circle if you do it like that, but it shows it does. That's interesting. All right, let's make it smaller. That's why it's the text that's smaller. It's taking up a lot of room. So here, let's go ahead and remove what I just did. Ugh, is it because of flexbox? I think so. Interesting. I thought flexbox stretch would make that happen like that. Okay, well that works. Okay, now here, this is the video cards are way too thin. So this is when we have to go and stretch them out to 100%, so it's all its own row, and that makes it happy. Cool. Cool. I think we got it. With technical difficulties, it happens. But thank you guys so much for sticking around. I always like to leave these last 15 to 30 minutes for you guys to ask any questions you want, and I'll answer them as best I can. And if you're working on anything in Webflow that you want to show to the community, let me know. I'm going to finish this site later on today. I'm going to put the time codes so you can skip ahead and back and forth. Maybe I can edit out that long blank spot of no stream. But we did our best on this one. Let me show off digitalforge.webflow.io. So this kind of reminds me already of freelance.tv, you know? If you want, why not do... Oh, and you're doing the gradient too. So yeah, why not make this a background video, Austin? I think it'll make the hero reel much more alive, you know? Let's see here. The spacing is good. You're using a great type hierarchy. Watch videos. So if I click this, nothing happens. That's fine. Here are your cards. I like your cards. Oh, see, you're doing the same thing as Freelance TV. You're doing that one. That's cool. Okay. You can use some hover effects on this. I like the call out with the orange border. It's not too in your face, but it's calling it out. Great job. I like it. I thought about it, worried it'd be too similar. You know what? It's the content that matters. You know, if you were building a site that, if you were filming things that had to do with freelancers, almost to the point where you're copying Dann Petty, then there's something wrong with that. But if you're making content that's different, then it's okay to copy the same, almost the same type of layout. I mean, as long as the content speaks for itself, you know? And plus, you have this part right here, this section, that makes it different, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Try clicking on the series links. Series links. Oh, this one? No? This one. Okay? Yeah, see, this is nice. Yeah. Great job, Austin. We got some questions here. Eric, if you're proficient in Webflow, can you technically apply for a front-end developer position? You can. Again, Webflow is a tool that's in your stack. It's in your toolbox. It's not meant to be the sole focus of your skill. Your sole focus, if you're going to be a front-end developer, is knowing the basics, HTML, CSS, but also knowing JavaScript and the latest JavaScript framework, which is, I think, is React, Angular, or whatever that's needed in the requirements for that position. Okay, so when it comes, say you get the gig, say you get the job, and then you're tasked to do something. If the employer is okay with you using the Webflow tool, then go for it, because it'll just make you much faster. Or if you can convince your employer that you use Webflow as a way to speed up the HTML and CSS process, so you can focus as a front-end developer on what really matters, which is the stuff that Webflow can't do, which is the React, Angular, and stuff like that, then, it just makes you a better person, not a better skilled developer. Okay, so again, yes, you can apply, but just make sure that you still have the needed skills for that position. Spencer, since you're always showing off our sites and stuff we like, how about you show off something you're working on or something built on Webflow that you really like? What am I working on? Actually, it's taking me a long time, but I've been working on my own portfolio site. And I wanted to take this in a really different direction, because a lot of things have happened in my life that I'm very fortunate and blessed to have happened. And I wanted to explain my story in a way on my portfolio site that's more about story, more about what I really think about the world, and also showing off what I worked on. And so instead of saying, hey, I'm Nelson, I'm a web designer, here's my work, I wanted to tell a story. And if you scroll down here, so I've been writing stories while I have some free time, writing all my rambles, all my thoughts. And one of my thoughts is, like, I call myself the Pixel Geek, but what does that mean? And I wrote down my story and kind of refined it, and here's what it is. A pixel is very tiny. And then, as you can see, there's like floating pixels all around. And as you scroll down, it gets to the next part of the story. On its own, it isn't interesting or much to look at. But when many pixels work together in harmony, they can entertain you, help you learn something, make you feel emotions, or inspire you. They can even empower you to do something for the greater good. So it's metaphorically like all these pixels are coming together to do something good. Then you scroll down even more, and it turns into a mobile phone or a tablet. And pixels now dominate our modern lives. Without them, we wouldn't have the many gifts that make our lives easier and safer. This is how I view pixels. So this last part, it's supposed to turn into glasses, because I view pixels. So it's all metaphorical and everything. So yeah, if you read into that story, to me, people are pixels. We are all, floating around. But if we band together, we can do something for good. And that's how I feel. That's just me. So great question. Moving on. Nelson, how do I decide use Webflow or not based on projects? What would be the main thing to consider? Okay, good question. If we can make a flow chart about it, that would be good, but it's at the current state of Webflow, is it a web app? Is your project a web app, which something like someone has to come in and register, create their own login account, have their own dashboard and whatnot, and customizations. Can Webflow do that yet? No. But you can create the front-end design of it and then export that out and then locally, offline, you can add in your own dynamic code and host it elsewhere. Okay, so you can technically use it to make web apps, but only the front end designs. Now, is the site more static, like it's a marketing static page where it's like a mom and pop flower shop, or a garage band's website? Yes, you can make that, and you can host that on Webflow. And to make it easier, you can use the CMS, where the owner of the site can maintain it themselves. They can even make a blog, or like tour dates for the garage band, or selling tickets where it connects to like a Ticketmaster. You link over to a Ticketmaster page. So stuff like that, yes, you can do. So if you're not sure, post on the Webflow forums, and then people from the community can help you out. Okay, still building. Thanks for the feedback. No problem, Austin. Okay, it works like this. Suppose you have the base body font of 14 pixels. H1 will be 2.618M or more, and so on. Good point. Thank you, Marlon. If you want, post those tips on our forum so everyone can learn, including myself. Okay, I use Webflow for all web projects. Nice. Hey, Nelson, I'm struggling with CSS positioning plus responsiveness. Can you have a look at portfolio 7EE? Okay, let me check it out on my laptop real quick. Whoa, your site is lagging out my laptop. I don't know if I'm going to look at it on the stream, but actually post this on, oh, and you're using background scroll interactions. Great job. Post that on, yeah, your hero row is really lagging up my Chrome. So post that on the forums, and maybe we can help you out offline. But yeah, when it comes to positioning, just Google search CSS positioning. Google search that, and there should be some guides out there on the net to help you out with that. I know it gets kind of confusing because what is static, what is relative, what is absolute and fixed, what does that all mean? Totally understand how it gets confusing after a while, but just a quick Google search will help you out. Webflow makes you a better person. It'll make you a happier person, in my opinion. Awesome work, Nelson. Thank you. Nelson, please push developers use M and VH size. You heard it from Marlon. Use M and VH size, including myself. I need to learn that. All right. I think I got all the questions and links. Thank you guys so much for hanging around. Yeah, let's go through our closing. So, okay, cool. I got through all the comments. Okay. So, if you have any account billing or technical questions, please email us at support@webflow.com. If you have any custom code or design questions, please post that on the forum at forum.webflow.com, and the wonderful global community of Webflow will help you out. And as a favor, please, if you get your question answered, go on the forums and answer someone else's question. So that way we can all grow together as one happy Webflow community and ultimately happy web design community. Okay? For social media, you can follow us on facebook.com/webflow, twitter.com/webflow app, or me at the Pixel Geek. This stream happens every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific. Next week, what do we got? Let me see. Always like to fill you guys in and give you a sneak peek of what we're working on for the week after. Okay, there's this dribble shot that I saw that I thought it was interesting, and I'm going to rebuild it. So be on the lookout for that. I'll post a link in my Twitter feed of what the dribble shot is going to be. But to everyone who stuck around, Thank you so much. This was our first 1080p stream. I hope it's super clear for you guys to see all of the Webflow UI. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next week. And as always, make the web beautiful. See ya.